Hey everyone, hey you. So, my life is completely over. Why? Because I live in my van. That's why my life is over. No, not really, but that's what people seem to think. If you move in your vehicle, you move in a RV, you move in a van, a car, your life is over. And I want to, cuz I hear people talking and they make it sound so bad to live in a vehicle. And even when I was living in my apartment, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was bad living in a vehicle. I used to be uh how was it? If I seen someone that I thought living in their car, and I'll see a whole lot of stuff in their car, I'm like, oh, they must live in their car. I wonder what they did or what happened. But I don't, now that I have actually experienced it, I don't think other people will understand until they experience it. Living in your van or your vehicle or a school bus, a box truck, step van, RV, anything. I don't think they'll understand until they actually do it. But your life doesn't end the day you move out of a fixed home into a mobile home. Your life doesn't end. It begins in some ways because you have more opportunities. And for some people, they move into their vehicle because of hardship, and it allows them to save money, and then it opens up their eyes, and they don't want to move back into a fixed home right away. They want to live in their vehicle and travel a little bit because you're able to. You're not tied down to a fixed house, and you can go out and travel and don't have to worry about a mortgage or rent being paid or someone having to watch your place for you because your place is always with you. And I don't feel any differently living in an apartment than living in my van. The only thing is I can't stand up and there's not a great bathroom. But I tell you guys, I've been doing this November, December, since January of 2017. And I have went through the cold. I stay in Michigan. It's gotten down to 15 degrees in Michigan. I think 10 degrees or something. It's got as high as 95, 100 degrees so far here. And all those temperature changes, I went through them in the apartment too. And you just had to either turn the AC on or turn the heat on. And with my apartment that I was in, you wasn't really in control of the AC. So, I mean, the heat. So, you actually was freezing some of the time. So, your life does not end. And that's what I really want to tell anyone that's looking to get into this. You don't have to be scared. You're going to probably get judged for it a little bit, but you just gotta brush it off and not care about what people think. Just last night I was sitting in the middle of Walmart parking lot doing a video in my front seat with all my lights on, with people driving by looking at me, and I just got to the point where I really don't care about your opinion. I mean, as long as I'm happy, you're not doing anything for me, you're not hurting me, I mean, who cares? This is really comfortable. I can honestly say that. It's less for me to clean up. It's less for me to take care of. It's less for me to worry about. Yeah, it's always that fear of, oh, my home might break down and then what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to deal with that when that comes. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it could break down even if I was living in my apartment. And you guys are probably like, well, that's not so bad. Well, it still is pretty bad. Because if this breaks down, I still have a home to come to. I mean, of course I have to find out a way to fix it still, but if I was living in my apartment, I still have a place to come to, but I need my vehicle to get to work and stuff. Hold on. Okay. I need my vehicle to get to work. So, I mean, in a way, it is sort of the same thing, because if your car breaks down in an apartment, it's still bad. It's still, you want to pull your hair out. If your car breaks down while you're living in it, you still want to pull your hair out. I think you panic a little bit more because you're living in it, but I think at that time you need to take a deep breath and assess the situation. And I mean, if you have to, you can rent a motel for a couple of nights. I mean, it's not a big deal, and especially since you're saving money. And if you can't rent a motel for the night, either learn how to fix your vehicle yourself, or while you're getting it while you're getting it fixed, ask them if they could pull it out the garage for you for the night, and you could sleep in it. And I'm pretty sure they will understand your situation. Let them know you can pay the bill. You just need to sleep in your car because you don't want to rent a hotel room. And for me, I mean, my friends, like, before I started this journey, I don't even know if I should call it a journey, guys. Before I start living in my van, my friends offered me a place to stay and with them. But to be honest, after seeing all the YouTube videos, which inspired me to make my YouTube videos, I actually wanted to do this, because it gets you out of your comfort zone a lot of it, and it makes you try something new. And I think everyone should try this. If you look at the percentage rate of Americans right now, a lot more of Americans are hitting the road and starting to travel and trying to travel, buying RVs, and just seeing what it's like to live on the road more. And I used to watch those all the time on the Travel Channel, and I still do. I'm not losing out on that. You don't have to stop watching TV because you stay in a van or something. But I'm not really doing anything differently than when I lived in my apartment. And if anything, the only thing I'm doing differently is driving a little bit more, because I gotta drive to take a shower, I gotta drive to find a parking spot. Those are my only things that kinda get me sometimes. But I mean, at the end of the day, there are some sacrifices. You're not gonna, sometimes you can't have your cake and eat it too. So there are some sacrifices. Maybe for you that's not a sacrifice, but for me, sometimes in my situation, it's I think a sacrifice. Maybe not, maybe I'm over exaggerating. But I just want to make that very clear. Your life does not end because you move in a van. For the most part, it begins because you have a lot more opportunities that can come your way. You're not tied down to one place. You can move around if you want to. Because, like, for me, I was thinking about joining the army, but because I had accumulated so much stuff, and I had an apartment and a 1-year lease over my head, I didn't join the army. And that's a regret of mine, because I really wish I would have joined the army. I think that would have been really awesome. And I'm still regretting it to this day, but and that's part of life, I guess. I mean, sometimes you gotta just jump out there and do it, but if you don't, that's just something that passed you by. So I say, if you want to live this lifestyle, don't be scared. Definitely do your research and just go for it. Like, I literally just went for it. I decided to do this within a month, just a spirited of moment thing. Like, literally one day I woke up and I was like, I'm not saving any money being in this apartment. I'm never going to get a house. Let me find out, how do people save up money for houses? And a couple of van channels popped up. And I was like, well, I don't have a van. I have a truck. So I'll go with that. But I had a very crappy truck. I'm very happy. And then at that, I had a week. I bought my van within a week before I had to move out of my apartment. I did this very, very quickly. I wish I would have gave myself a little bit more time. That's the only thing I wish. Because I probably would have gave myself probably a year. I would have probably gave myself another year. Another year. If I could have done it, I would have bought a car. Either I would have bought a car or I would have kept my truck, and I would have bought something a little bit bigger than the van I'm in now. Something I could definitely stand up in. Like, I feel like I have enough room this way, but you know, if you stand up, I mean, I'm gonna want a little bit more room. So, yeah, I feel like that's the only regret I have, is I didn't give myself enough time, and I just did it so quick. And, so that's the only regret I have. I do not regret moving into my van. It was not a forced situation. It was a situation where I wanted to save money, and I thought this would be the best way to do that and actually pay off some things. And like, just being in a van, it has opened me up, because now I have something to talk about, and I can actually make videos now like I've been wanting to. Like, I wanted to make videos with my drone and stuff, but I wasn't motivated enough to do it and to edit the videos and learn how to do it. But now that I'm editing videos and I'm living in my van and I'm having stuff to talk about, and my brain is just firing on all cylinders right now, and it makes me happy. Actually, it gives me an even better feeling than when I used to live in my apartment. And like, I used to hear a lot of bad stuff about people, like people who just don't care about other people, and they sorry guys, and I don't know who that is, and just people look out for themselves. But with my YouTube channel that I have started so far, you have proven that wrong. That's so wrong. People don't just look out for themselves. I think that needs to just go away. Like, people saying people look out for themselves need to just go away, because people are kind to other people that show that they're kind. And I hope that makes sense, because I just realized that, like, you guys are so kind to me. You guys give me so much advice, so much criticism, and you guys are definitely there for me when I need to talk or ask a question and figure out something. And I really appreciate that. But I just want to tell you guys, you need to get out there and do it. I know a lot of you guys are watching my channel because you're doing research and stuff and thinking about moving into a van. You need to move into a van today. Just leave everything behind, get in a van, let whoever's gonna talk, because I promise you there are gonna be people talking about you, like, oh, something must be detrimental in your life for you to move into a van. Why are you moving into a van? I get jokes every day at work, people saying, oh, I found a place for you to move. There was a mobile home across the street in a lot. I'm like, oh, what are you telling me for? I have my van. My van is my world right now. It's so cool. It's small, but I never thought like I could live in 48 square feet, because I had a front room that was probably, I don't know how huge. It was pretty big. Well, like a lot bigger compared to this. So your life doesn't end, it begins in a van. You guys have a good day.